In this video, I'm going to be going over everything I wish I knew about AI OFM when I first started. So if I could go back in time and start from scratch all over again, start from zero, these are the things that I wish I knew back then that I eventually learned through hardships and bullshit. And hopefully this is going to save you guys a lot of hassle. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to appreciate this one. Now on socials in general, this isn't a very famous thing anyway. Now it is talked about, but it's also not very mainstream. So the fact that people talk about it, they always try to circumvent certain things and go over the hardships and the real annoying shit that goes into AIOFM, which is a lot of the marketing. Mostly it's gaining Instagram their followers and basically just gathering traffic to then funnel to a fan view account. That's a lot of the hardships that actually come. That's where most of it comes from. And then obviously there's also the people that can't really generate pictures very well, and then people that want to go excessively into it. They want to go into the trenches and they want to rent GPUs and use comfy UI and then go way too deep without any profit or anything to begin with. They're just starting right in there with the hard shit, and then eventually they hit burnout and then they're cooked. Now, the first thing that a lot of you guys are going to run into, the main problem a lot of you guys are going to run into, is image generation. Now, it's something that you have to do in order to generate your model, in order to invent your model from thin air. The only way you're going to be able to do that is by generating her with some sort of AI configurator, or like some AI compiler, right? So you're going to have to figure out how you're going to go about it. Now, if you are the person that I think you are, this is for most of you. I'm not speaking generalities here, but most of you are going to sit here and just content farm. You're going to sit here, you're going to digest infinite content and never actually take action, never actually do anything, get started by yourself, right? Now, some of you may have already started, some of you may have already looked and tried to implement certain things that you've watched. But a lot of you are just watching different content creators, people giving you different methods, and then you're just going to have all this information just sitting in your brain, and then eventually you're just not going to do anything because it's just going to be too many different ways, and you're going to get fucked because you don't know which way to take. And rightfully so. If somebody shows you 1,000 different options, which ones are you going to pick? You don't know. If I was to show you 3 different options, it'd be way easier for you to actually do something. Now, the way I look at it, I see things and I try to base everything off of efficiency. Efficiency is key. So if I want to tell you guys that I could tell you the most advanced way to go about it, the best way, technically speaking, to go about this. Rent a GPU, use comfy AI, and then run workflows on the GPU, and then you'd be able to generate pictures for way less, on more scale, and you'd have way more customization about it. Now that's fine, you can definitely do that. It's the best way on paper. But, especially in the beginning, if you haven't done anything, if you don't have a fan view account, an AI model at all, if you don't have anything, I'm talking like flat zero, if you start out with that, and then after learning all that bullshit, who knows how long that's gonna take you? Because it depends on you. You could learn it in a week and it could take you a month, 2 months, a few months, who knows, right? Depends on you. But once you sit there and you learn this entire thing, this entire workflow, this annoying system and curriculum, then you're now gonna have to create your AI and then start marketing her. And then marketing is actually genuinely, marketing is the biggest issue when it comes to this AI OFM agency bullshit, because marketing is getting the eyes on your product and then actually selling it to the people that watch. And that's where the main issue usually lies. It's making the new Instagram account, going through all the shadow bans, or maybe even buying an aged account and then actually getting the viral content, generating the content, posting the content, all these extra steps that will take you to then get your account active. It's these things, it's these little small pitfalls that will get you to get fucked, that you're just gonna sit there and quit. Now, most people that start this business eventually quit, and that's the main reason. It's only because they start, they think it's gonna be super easy, and then they run into pitfall number 1, hardship number 2, and then they're cooked, they're fucked, it's over for them, right? The image generator is doing this and I can't generate this image, oh no, fuck me, then they're done with that. Or they do that, they get past it after a bunch of fuck ups, and then they get to the whole Instagram setup thing where they have to make Instagrams, Twitters, Threads, all this extra shit. They make it, and then they're not getting any followers. Because now on Threads, you know how Threads is super annoying. I'll make a full guide on that, which I obviously already have on the community down below. So if you guys want to check that out, you could always click on the link down below. I made a Telegram chat, it's completely new. If you guys want to join, it's completely free. You could go on there. Or look on the school course, that would be a lot better for you. I actually have a free trial going on right now, so a lot of you guys could just opt in for some value, and then if you don't like it, hop back out, it's completely fine. But that's just for the Threads and going a bit deeper into things. Now, as far as doing things with Threads, you're going to have to post a few times per day. Obviously, on social media, on Reels, you're gonna have to do at least 1, 2, 3 a day. Threads, way more. We're talking volume of 7 a day, especially after you have a warm account. If you don't have a warm account, don't do shit. You're gonna get fucked, and you're gonna get shadow banned, and you're gonna get actually destroyed. So don't do that. Once you have a warmed up account, let's say your account's somewhat aged, and it's been warmed up again, it's been shown human interaction of some extent, right? Then at that point, then you'd be fine to go about posting on it. Now, when you post on it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go onto other model pages, and you're gonna have to reply to them with a picture and then some sort of title or caption that's gonna draw attention from other men that are watching, right? So it has to be also high engagement posts or somewhat relative engaged posts. And that's really annoying because you're gonna have to hop on Threads, scroll on Threads, do that shit 7 times a day, and then actually make thread posts to yourself on your own account. In addition to running Instagram Reels and then posting Instagram stories with the link to your fan view account. Now, add all of these things up together, and then you're sitting there with the, let's say if you went with the hardest option, which is comfy UI, and then you did that, you learned the entire thing. Now you're gonna have to sit there, generate the workflows, generate the pictures, get all the pictures, and then start scheduling them on Instagram, Threads. It's a lot of work. So that's where people usually get fucked. And then they're like, this is too much work, I'm not seeing any money. Maybe they get 1 subscription, 2 subscriptions for $4.99 or $9.99, and then they're like, I get more money from a regular job, and then they quit. That's how it usually happens. So this is how we negate this. We go based on maximum efficiency, and the way I structured the course down below is 100% on this, because I don't like people just hitting burnout instantly or hitting burnout after a month because they're just overwhelmed by the flood of information because they can't stop watching YouTube videos and buying courses and whatnot, right? Because at the end of the day, this is the truth. This is the absolute truth about everything, course related, info based related, digital product related. Somebody who's supposed to succeed in life, somebody who's going to succeed in anything, is going to succeed regardless. When you buy a course, that's not the magic pill that's just instantly gonna turn you into a genius and then you're gonna become a G and then you're just gonna go out and buy a yacht. That's not how that works. It's nothing more than an accelerator to helping you navigate and succeed faster, because somebody just took all the useful information, compiled it into a digital file or a few sequences of videos, gave it to you because he's already gone through the hardships of finding this information, and then you can then watch this as a guide and then succeed faster. Obviously, you can do the exact same thing without having the guide just given to you. You can do that by yourself, but then it takes longer. That's why people in general buy courses. It's not because it's some revolutionary information that doesn't exist. Everything exists on the internet. You need to understand that. Everything about everything. If you want to become a rocket scientist, trust me, you don't have to go to school. Everything you learn at school that's in books, that's been written down somewhere, exists somewhere in the World Wide Web. So you can do the compiling yourself. You can just go and search the information. The whole point of going to school is because somebody who's already learned about this and has systems in place then teaches you what you need to know in a specific order to help you advance faster. That's the whole point. Now, when I say I don't like people getting burned out, is because the way I designed it, I don't want people to go for the hardest thing and then do things the hardest way just in the beginning, because then they're gonna get burned out. So the way I see it, a lot of people have things against credit-based systems with image generation software. And I say no, because there are certain ones that are absolute bullshit. And I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about every single one of them, but there are definite platforms that are garbage. They're absolute just gay. They're just fucking gay. Don't use those. So the way you should go about it, Sugar Labs, Picasso, those are 2 very good softwares that you can use. The first one, which is Sugar Labs AI. It's a small platform, not a lot of people know about it, and that's the reason it's very good, because not a lot of people know about it. It's smaller. The NSFW on it is super realistic, hyper realistic, very good. I use that one most of the time for 98% of NSFW that I generate. I know how to do the comfy UI and run that shit, but I just don't. It's a lot of work, and honestly, I'd rather just do other shit. Like, AI OFM is profitable, but it's not gonna produce me the $200,000 a month that I'm looking for, honestly. You could make 20, 30, 40K, maybe like 50K, but realistically speaking, a lot of you are gonna make maybe a few hundred and quit, or a few thousand and quit, or maybe 10, 20, $25,000 a month. And at that point, you don't even really need more, because after that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna scale up to a regular OFM agency anyway, until AI technology gets a bit better, and then things could change and escalate in the future. But for now, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we have. So you don't really need to look too deep into it. Now, what I'd recommend for you guys to do, and hopefully you guys made it to this point, because I'm purposefully not editing this video very much. I'm just talking to the camera because I want this to be a little conversation between me and you. So you can just take what I'm saying at face value and then go live with this information, go implement. That's all that matters, implementation. I don't want to sit here and fancy edit and then keep your fucking fish tank attention span all happy with the dopamine spikes. That's not what we're looking for. I need people that can actually sit, listen, and go implement. It's action taking. That's what really makes change here. That's what will actually make you money. And this AI OFM business, it's annoying as fuck. It's really dumb. In general, it's dumb. It actually genuinely is dumb because we're looking for dumbass individuals that are just that horny that they pay for sometimes a very obvious, not real human to fucking send them nudes. The image generation won't even really be your issue. It's all about not giving up. That's literally what it's about. Not digesting too much information and not giving up before you start. That's the important shit. That's what you guys really need to understand. So I go over this again. Simplify this for yourselves. I've done everything. I've literally put everything into a docket that you just need to go watch, apply, and you'll get rich. It's that simple because I've already done the structure. But for those of you who don't want to get into that and have a look at it, fine. I'll give you something even shorter. I'll give you something nice and tempo based. So what you're gonna do is not look for the best and most complex way to start things. You're going to look for the most efficient way to start things to at least get money in the door, because it's all about speed. The faster you start, the faster you implement, the faster you earn money. And money will just keep coming with speed, because speed is the most important thing in business in general. It's all about speed. So I'd say this: don't go for any of the GPU runs and learning workflows and doing all this extra shit, because you can, but it's hard. And for most of you beginners that don't really understand anything in this whole realm, sphere, or space, anything about AI in general, then I highly recommend you don't do that, because it's just gonna break your brain, and then you're gonna hit burnout really fast when you understand that social media marketing too is pretty fucking gay, and that's gonna annoy you. So don't even get into that pitfall. Use a regular ass credit-based image generation system. One of these two, Picasso, Sugar Labs AI. Recommendation on Sugar Labs because it's better, but you can also look at Picasso and do it. Now, Picasso has one issue. Sometimes the AI models that you get are not 100% realistic to where you can tell this is a real girl. But at the same time, it's not very bad. It's still good. It's just not 100% a real girl. And that's fine. That's completely fine. Start there. The NSFW content creation with Picasso's mid to non-existent / trash. So besides making reels, like using the Kling AI generator over there to make the videos in your reels, I won't really be using that very much. That's not a very good idea. Besides that, all NSFW will be generated on Sugar Labs AI. SFW can also be generated on Sugar Labs AI, and you can do the exact same thing for Picasso. So I definitely opt for that. Start there, make your models, do your whole LoRa generation. And that's very simple with Sugar Labs. You don't even need to do a LoRa. You can make a LoRa off of one picture, which is amazing. But if you want to do the whole LoRa regular thing, just get your 10, 20 pictures, put that in Picasso, generate your LoRa, go from there. It's super easy. If you guys wanted a tutorial on that, it's already in the link down below, but I could also make a YouTube video for it. If you want one, just make sure you comment that, and I'll make sure to give that a look too as well. Not gonna lie, my hair is cooked. I had way more hair than this, a lot more hair than this if you watch my previous videos, but I just had so much that I was like, I gotta make a cut. So I took 2 inches off, which at the time I didn't know was a lot. So I went to this barber and then I told him, I'm trying to reach this hairstyle. And I showed him one of my older pictures. And he said, oh, fine, you probably need to take off 2 inches from the sides. Now, I didn't know 2 inches was that much in hair, at least, right? Because when my hair is wet, it's fucking full as fuck. And then I ended up doing that. And now, it's not fuck, but it kind of is at the same time. I don't know, what you guys think? I think I might need to do a little temp fade on the side, maybe on the back. But the problem is, I have really nice curls. So if I do that, then it's going to fuck up the way it grows out. So either I just sit here, stay strong for 6 weeks, and then regrow my shit. Probably I'll get an inch in 6 weeks. It should be fine. See how we do it. Or just go for a temp fade. Whatever you guys think, comment down below. That'd be a nice little side point. Now, as far as the marketing goes, just never give up. As far as posting your reels, just make sure you generate your pictures with one of the platforms that I mentioned. And also your videos, the reels can also be generated with Picasso. You can make one of the pictures on Sugar Labs and then generate the video either on Sugar Labs, on Picasso. You can definitely do that. Now, yes, you will have to buy credits, but credits on Sugar Labs are extremely cheap and you can generate a lot of content with it. For, what is it, 20 something dollars, you can generate at least 1,000 pictures. It's very worthwhile. Picasso might be a bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, usually I don't even generate pictures on it anymore. I only use it for video, for reels. So you could also just do that. And as far as videos, if you get a decent amount, you should be able to have at least 50, 60 reels made for you. And that'd be fine, as long as you use the prompts that are good for generating these type of things. And all those prompts, by the way, are also in the link down below. So if you wanted to see what kind of prompts that I use, and they don't have to be very overcomplicated. It's not magician shit. It's just very simple prompting. But at the same time, some of you just don't know how to fucking do it. So it's going to be there. It's going to be simple. And I'm also going to put that in the Telegram just in case anybody wants to look into that. That'd be fine. You guys could definitely do that. But that's how you're going to go about content generation. And as far as the marketing goes, you're just going to have to post. It is what it is. You're just going to have to make a new account, warm it up, or buy an agent account and post consistently. That's all it is. Most of the time, eventually, your shit goes viral. You get at least one good reel that gets a few thousand views. And from those few thousand views, you're usually going to get maybe a small percentage of conversions, but you will get conversions. And you just keep it going long enough for a long enough time frame, and you will eventually make money. Now, it's not very hard. It's not a hard business model as far as understanding it. It's extremely simple. It's very simplistic. But the beginning of it, if you don't have 700,000 Instagram followers, is really hard, because you then have to get that Instagram account popping, that Thread account popping, that fucking Twitter account popping. You got to get all this shit. And if you don't have it to begin with, because that's where you're going to get the people, that's where you're going to get the attention from, because it's an attention market. That's the hard part. Once you have it, it becomes very easy, because your shit just keeps going viral because you already have an audience, and then people are going to keep coming in. It's going to be a completely new thing. And at that point, you don't even have to be very hands-on. You could start posting less. Maybe you'd get less, you'd get less results if you posted less, but it's up to you. If you want to post more, you post more. If you want to post less, you post less. But you will get to that point. It's just all about consistency. I call it the trifecta of doom, because it's image generation, marketing, and then burnout. And then those three things combined turns you into a wimp, and then you quit. That's usually how it happens every single fucking time. As long as you don't allow this to affect you, then you'll be fine. For those of you interested in a more in-depth explanation, make sure to check the links down below. Join the free Telegram as well. I'm pretty sure you guys could squeeze a decent amount of value out of that. Make sure to leave a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.